Hey guys, what's up? I'm Ty.
And I'm Rikki.
And we're
Ty Rikki in the morning. And today we're here to talk to you about what got us here in the first place.
Hey guys, so I'm going to talk about what got me here in the first place, really. As you can tell, I have just a little bit of weight I need to lose. I've struggled with being overweight and obesity basically my whole entire life. Growing up, I never really tracked my weight. But I do remember being in 7th grade, stepping on the scale and being 180 pounds. Then I remember being a sophomore in high school, stepping on the scale and being 323 pounds. That was really the first time that I started working out. Worked out for a couple of months, dropped 20 pounds, got down to 303 pounds, and then I kind of just fell off the bandwagon. And then for the most part, I stopped tracking my weight while I was in high school. I stayed fairly active though, so I want to say I probably stayed in the 320s, 330s for the rest of high school. It was really after I graduated that I started gaining the most weight. I started working full-time overnight, and then I was going to college full-time during the day. So working overnight, I would just snack and I would eat, mainly out of boredom, but also to keep myself awake. I would get off of work, I'd go and get fast food on my way to class. Sit in class for a couple of hours, and then I would, it'd be around lunchtime, so I'd get fast food again on my way home. Because in my mind, if I didn't have to cook at home, I could spend more time studying and sleeping, especially because I was in an engineering-focused program, so we had a lot of technical homework. It was pretty stressful. Probably about a year and a half into that, that's when I weighed myself again, and I saw 384 pounds staring back at me. And that freaked me out a bit. I knew I needed to make some changes. For a couple of months, I was more mindful about what I was eating. I was eating healthier than I thought at the time. Looking back on it, I was still overeating and eating the wrong things. But over the course of a couple of months, I lost about 24 pounds. I remember getting down to 360. And then I just fell off the bandwagon again. I didn't weigh myself for 6-7 months. And when I stepped on the scale again, that's when I realized I actually had gotten up to my highest weight. I saw 403.2 pounds staring back at me. It didn't even feel real. Like, I couldn't even take in the fact that I was seeing 400 pounds on the scale. I want to say I stayed at that weight for probably about a month. And then I started slowly losing weight. I got down to 380 again, and I ended up maintaining 380, 370 for probably like 6 months. And then I moved out of state. I moved out to Hawaii, and I'm not too sure what changed out there. But when I moved home a year later, I weighed in at 309 pounds. And I felt the best I'd ever felt. I was looking the best I'd ever looked. And then I slipped back into old habits, and I ended up going up to 365 pounds 4 months after moving home. So 4 months, 66 pounds. That's a lot. I ended up getting a full-time job, and I was a little bit more active. I was walking around a lot more. So I ended up slowly losing weight, and I want to say over the course of like a year and a half, I ended up getting down to like 330-ish. I stayed around the 320, 330-ish range. So yeah, COVID started. I got back up to about 300 pounds. But I was getting older too, that was 2 years ago. I was 24. I knew I needed to lose the weight, and I also wanted to become a firefighter. But I just kept telling myself I was going to put it off until I lost the weight. But in 2020, at the end of 2020, I just said screw it, and I went through the EMT Academy. And then 2021, last year, pretty much almost that whole year, I spent in the fire academy. So I went through the fire academy at 300 pounds, and I'll say that was probably the most difficult thing, or one of the most difficult things I've done in life so far. But I realized a lot about myself, and one thing I really realized was that, I can do whatever I put my mind to, and I can push myself further than I thought I could push myself. So even at 300 pounds, I was able to keep up with everything, graduate the fire academy, get all my state certifications. And then after the fire academy, I realized that I had made a lot of progress, and I didn't want to lose that progress because it can take months and months at a time to find a job in the fire service. And that's when I actually started working out at MoFit in Titusville. I've been doing that for about 4 or 5 months now. And even though I'm still a large guy, I'm actually the smallest and the strongest that I've been in a long time. And yeah, that all started just so I could keep that momentum going after graduating the academy. And yeah, that's what brings us to today. Not much else. That's pretty much my story over the past 4 years. I feel like I finally have control over my weight loss. I feel like I'm finally in control of my life. And I can't wait to see what the future holds, and can't wait to see what the end of the year brings too. So.
Hey guys, what's up? I'm here to tell you a little bit about my background and what got me here and why I'm doing what I'm doing this year. I've got my notes on my phone just so I can make sure I stay on track and tell you everything that I want to tell you, get it all out in one piece. So I am 29 years old. As you guys know, my name is Rikki. I've introduced myself like 50 times in the video. I am married to my best friend Jaren, going on 5 years now. And I have 5 children. We have a really big blended family, and I have struggled with weight and body image my whole life. So I had my first child at 16. I was in my first semester of my sophomore year of high school. So at 16, I wasn't, really body conscious or, conscious about making healthy food choices. I was essentially a kid. And I was a kid having a kid. And during that pregnancy, I really just ate whatever I was craving, and I put on about 60 pounds. I've been pretty active my whole life, been involved in sports, but when I became pregnant in high school with my oldest, all of that kind of came to a screeching halt, and I really, wasn't regulating what I was eating, and my life all of a sudden was revolving around another human being, and I just, didn't really have the time to work out. I put myself through school to get my diploma still. I was working full-time at 16, and then, raising a baby. So since my first pregnancy, my weight and activity level has fluctuated tremendously. Like I said, I've always been pretty athletic, but life gets in the way, you get complacent, your health gets put on the back burner as you become a parent, and the older you get, you get busy with life and work and kids, and next thing you know, when you're not the priority anymore, your health gets, goes to the back end of things. In 2016 and 2017, I experienced a really traumatic loss in my personal life. My mom passed away from breast cancer, and then shortly after that, about 4 months later, my little brother was killed in a motorcycle accident. During that depressive slump that I fell into, I was using food and alcohol as a crutch and a comfort. When I was drinking, I was just consuming alcohol, more regularly, and that's really bad as far as like the sugar and everything that you're intaking. It's not good for your internal organs, and you put on weight like nobody's business. Along with that, I was just eating a ton, and I was a single mom at the time, so it was, lots of fast food and things that were easy. I really didn't have the energy or the gumption to cook for myself. I would cook for my kids, and I would just kind of eat late at night, at 10 o'clock when everybody was in bed, and, just didn't really have any desire to take care of my health. I really had just kind of given up. In 2019, I got pregnant with in 2018, I got pregnant with my youngest son, and life started to, get a lot better. I was with my husband, and my mental health really took a really huge jump in a positive direction, but I really just got so busy, putting life back together after those losses, that my weight really got put on the back burner. In 2019, after I had my youngest son in July, I hit my heaviest weight of 212 pounds. I don't want to put emphasis on a number because 212 pounds to me means a lot of different things to each person individually, but for me and my body, that definitely was not healthy. It wasn't healthy for who I am as an individual, and I could definitely tell, and it was showing in physical aspects of my life. I think the most pivotal moment for me was actually someone calling me fat, and shame on them for being a bully, because that's nothing to be proud of, but that little shock was definitely enough to launch me forward into taking back my health and taking back that part of my life. I just decided, looking in the mirror, that I didn't want to be that person anymore. I didn't want to be hyper-focused on, you know, being embarrassed in clothes and avoiding pictures like the plague. Like I was looking for a before and after picture the other day of when I was at my heaviest weight, and I have one because I just avoided the camera because I was so ashamed of standing in front of it and then seeing myself and what I had gotten to from where I had been. I wanted to feel good about my physical self. I knew then, I remember sitting on the couch and thinking, like, I was so angry that someone had told me that, but I was like, wow, you know, I don't want to be somebody that somebody looks at and sees as unhealthy or sees as someone that doesn't have, you know, it put together. I wanted to be able to run with my children and continue to love life in both the physical and mental aspect. I wanted to be able to live a long time and take back the Rikki that was underneath all of that life baggage. So in 2019, actually it was late 2019, early 2020, I think February of 2020, I began truly pursuing my health. And to date, since February of 2020, I've actually lost about 55 to 60 pounds. I hit my lowest weight in, the end of 2020. I was probably around 135, 140 pounds. Right now I'm sitting at about between 155 and 160. I've put on a lot of muscle mass since then. I lost a bunch of weight, but I wasn't, you know, I was running, I wasn't, you know, into lifting weights like I am now, so I put on quite a bit of muscle mass since then. My goal this year is to maintain a healthy weight, and like I mentioned before, to shed some body fat, build more muscle, and I truly want to dig into finding what my body is physically capable of in areas of strength and endurance. I want to find out what my body can do. I'm not so much interested in this point at how I look physically on the outside, but how I feel physically on the inside. And I really want to pave a path for my children, showing them that health needs to remain and continue to be a priority throughout their lives so that they don't have these struggles going into adulthood, that I can really set an example for them that health and mental health and physical health is of true importance. So that's the shorter version of my story and what's brought me to this point. I'm excited to see what this year has to bring, and I hope that in making these YouTube videos throughout this year and tracking my progress, that it's lots of cool memories to look back on. It's a reminder of why fitness is important, and it's motivational and encouraging for all of you out there and for me myself to keep me motivated going into the years to come. All right, guys, so that's our story.
And thank you for tuning in to Ty Rikki in the Morning.
Come back next week as we talk about why we believe that having an accountability partner is important.
Marker.
Is it recording?
Yeah.
Hey guys, what's up? Oh yeah. Hey guys, what's up? Sorry, Ty, this is gonna take me forever. Hey guys, what's up? My name is Rikki. Oh wait, no, you already know that my name is Rikki. Did you say that in your video?
No, I didn't say that.
Okay.